Once upon a time, a wanderer came to a wise man living high up in the mountains, in a place where one can touch the stars. "Words are not enough to describe what's in my heart," he said. "Then dance," the wise man replied. Dance is the language of the soul, it's a life philosophy, and for some, it is a conversation between two people. The verb trust is a better option than lead and follow when it comes to dance sport. After all, partners do not force the movements, but only suggest them. Dance is always a dialogue.
Изначально хорошая философия — это вот воспринимать партнершу, партнера как бизнес.
A good approach is to perceive your partner as your business partner from the start. You're working together towards a common goal.
Одно дело, вы вместе вот настроены на одно, у вас цели схожи, и вот вы все делаете для этого. Там нет такого договора, что ты подписываешь.
People do not usually pledge to always be someone's partner. It just happens that when dance partners work together for a long time, they have mutual understanding.
Да, характерами, у них есть вот это вот взаимопонимание.
Besides, we spend hours in the ballroom, practicing, talking to each other a lot. It surely has an impact.
A person knows that we have full understanding because we go through everything together. Losses, victories, and quarrels. Yes, quarrels do happen.
Потому что вы проходите вместе все, и поражения, и победы, и какие-то ссоры у вас есть, они есть всегда.
Ballroom dancing is more like a rehearsal for life. Everything starts with you doing something you don't understand, literally from the first step. And then, when you start to accept the philosophy of dance, it's finally time for some professionalism.
Мой отец был танцором, сейчас он педагог.
My father was a dancer, now he's a teacher. I used to be very clumsy, and my father firmly said that I would never dance, but would become a swimmer. I had a lot of free time and I spent it in my father's studio watching others dance. That was when I fell in love with dancing. I began to repeat some steps and asked my father to teach me for 10 minutes at the end of the lesson. After a while, I told my father that I wanted to become a world champion. And he said, "Well then, I'll make a champion out of you."
Ну, тогда держись. Я из тебя чемпиона делать буду.
Постоянно у тебя расписан день, ты знаешь, что здесь работа, тренировки.
Your whole day is planned out. Work, practice, competitions, and when you fall out of this flow, life feels empty and lonely, and there are so many things out there that your head starts spinning because you're not used to it.
В том мире, и оказывается столько всего, и оно как-то голову кружит, и уже непривычно это.
When I quit, I realized I couldn't live without dancing. So I came back thanks to Vlad, and I realized that this is what I always want to do.
Сейчас я понимаю, что нет, наверное, это то, чем я хочу заниматься всегда.
Vladislav and Adel are one of the brightest Kazakh dance couples in their category. They have already succeeded at various international competitions and are now preparing for the Blackpool Dance Festival. The main event in the dance sport world has been held every year since 1920. This elegant competition brings together only the world's best dance couples. And all the famous dancers who have left even the tiniest mark in the dance sport history have performed in this hall.
Туда едешь, и это как лотерея, потому что там совершенно...
Participating in Blackpool is like a lottery. There's no telling how far you can go. There were some couples previously unknown to anyone who ended up becoming champions.
И после этого она закрепляет за собой этот статус чемпиона.
Or sometimes a potential winner comes and they get knocked out in the second round. It's a totally different world with its own rules. And even the judges have completely different criteria.
Там другие правила, там судьи, они смотрят и оценивают совершенно иное.
Я все детство смотрела эти.
I spent my whole childhood watching those videos. It's so beautiful, and there's a real ballroom, a magnificent one.
Видео с Blackpool 93-м.
93-й год.
И
We were rewatching a video from Blackpool 1993, and Marcus and Karen Hilton were moving so smoothly across the floor.
она плывет по паркету.
Ты смотришь и думаешь, блин,
It's really astonishing that you could dance like that in 1993.
It's a stereotype to think that the way people used to dance is funny.
They had such dresses and costumes.
It's an honor to be there, to feel the atmosphere, and dance on the same floor where legendary dancers of this world emerged. This is our goal. And of course we want to leave a mark in history and get to the finals. And from there, make our way to the top 3 and eventually become the winners.
Которая зародилась в будущем.
Vladislav and Adel are eagerly preparing for the upcoming tournament. They practice several hours every day. The responsibility is huge. Adult category dancers from Kazakhstan have never won. But in spring 2023, Matvey Starikov and Maria Samoylenko, a couple from Astana, became champions of Blackpool in junior category, thus making history as the first Kazakhs to win the most prestigious competition. It should be noted that they faced the most esteemed judging panel together with 100 of the world's greatest pairs on the Winter Gardens ballroom floor.
Для меня Казахстан вообще открылся год назад.
I discovered Kazakhstan a year ago. When I came and saw the level of the dancers, I was a little surprised. The world dance community was not familiar with Kazakhstan because we witnessed very few couples at global competitions. Today, Kazakhstan hosts a lot of significant events. World championships are held here, thus attracting judging panels and couples from all over the world. Last year, there were 5 world competitions. This year, there will be 3 big ones.
Тем самым привлекая внимание всего мира и судейскую коллегию, безусловно, прежде всего пары из разных стран. В прошлом году прошло 5 соревнований мирового масштаба.
The organization is always excellent and arrangements are very pleasant. Welcoming airport pickup, luxurious accommodation. Everything is at a very high level, including the ballrooms. I can say that these are some of the best competitions in the world.
Организация, где, как проходит. Сегодня я могу сказать, что это одни из лучших вообще соревнований в мире.
Мне хочется, чтобы Казахстан стал номер 1.
I want Kazakhstan to become number 1 in the world. We've reached the point when it is possible. We acquire certain positions, win medals. We invite the best dance experts from England, Italy, Germany, France. We're also starting to cooperate with China. The market there is quite big. Kazakhstan had the best results over the last years. Our couples got their titles, became champions at the world, European and Kazakh competitions, and of course, our guys became Blackpool champions. A lot of work has been done. Dmitry Starikov is one of the most esteemed dance industry representatives. He has been dancing for over 35 years, 10 years of which he dedicated to the dance school development. They have the best experts, world-class events, musicals, and more. The school is slowly becoming more than just a place to learn dancing. There are so many professional areas that are connected to dance and that help us develop further. Dancewear stores, photography, mobilography, dance psychology, acting. Many dancers who finish their dance careers continue to work with the team. We keep the traditions alive. There is an original program, small steps to big wins, which means that we must create the atmosphere of an international level competition, even at our internal events. When parents come, they see that our approach is quite serious and their child can experience the grandeur of professional ballroom dance. Competition programs development also reflects modern trends. Increased movement, speed and amplitude, higher level of choreography, and of course, more complex characters of the dancers.
Но есть основные критерии судейства.
There are basic criteria for judging: musicality, dynamics and movements, body line. I think that now judges pay a lot of attention to charisma, emotions and energy. For me, the couple presentation, their characters are very important. Because at the competition, it all plays its part in creating a complete image. Costumes, hair, makeup, everything must blend well. It's a combination of sport and art, and in my opinion, it's the only sport where everything is so beautiful.
Единственный вид спорта, где вот настолько все красиво.
It's not just a dance, it's an entire story of romance or drama. Two people are talking, but we can't hear them, only gentle whispers reach us. At times, these graceful dancers even seem to be unaffected by gravity of the earth, and we can't help but become mesmerized by the action. They know how to captivate the attention with their perfect dance, charisma, and acting. Nowadays, the world is so complex and interesting that it's impossible to avoid including acting to this line of work. You must learn how to present yourself, how to act. Acting is intertwined with our emotionality, while emotionality is energy. The more I invest my emotions, the more energetic my actions become. It's also about beauty. No matter how hard it is for us on the floor, no matter how we overcome ourselves or how difficult the technique is, we must make it look easy and joyful. The audience and judges should see our delight. Dance creates an atmosphere that unites us, not just intellectually or physically, but on a deeper level, which is why we become more invested, drawn into this world to the extent that we become one. There is no age, no nationalities or countries. There are just real, sincere people. It's as if dance unites our souls. That's the main thing, and when it happens, it's impossible for you to get tired.
At the first competition, when we danced with Vlad, the final dance was slow waltz. And I know I haven't danced in a long time, but I looked at all the coaches, students and their parents, my mom. Everyone was watching and saying my name.
И я слышу только свое имя на весь зал, потому что свой турнир в своем городе. И вот мы танцевали, я помню, что это правда как...
When we danced, it was as if I lived a little life, and I expressed how much I missed dancing in this slow waltz. For me, dancing is about strong emotions, the happiest emotions that I can deliver through dance.
Самые счастливые, которые я могу передать через танец.
Для меня танец — это как, знаете, таймлапс, прожить какую-то жизнь.
For me, dance is like a time-lapse of life. Every second the picture changes.
Во время одного танца, да, потому что у тебя...
You think about 1,000 things during one dance. You feel the moments and emotions. You live through a story, an entire life.
Проживаешь какую-то историю, какую-то вот жизнь.